What's up everybody, we're back with another video. Now in today's video, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about because it is the 1 year anniversary of me making YouTube videos, I guess. I'm gonna have to apologize for the glare, like half the stuff that I use to mount the light and everything so that it doesn't come so prominently in the video is kind of being used for the water changes as well as to like prop up some filters because I'm trying to change the clip to tighten one of the hoses because it keeps on coming out and water sprays everywhere. But yeah, so it's been 1 year since I've made YouTube videos and a lot has happened in that time. First and foremost is that we moved from my room with one small 120 litre tank to the garage that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks in here. The biggest one being this one, which is the 700 and something litre or 180 gallon aquarium. And yeah, as you can see, the water level's a bit low. We are in the middle of a water change. I am kind of filling it back up now as we go. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this whole year. I know it's been a very weird year. I started during COVID. So this also marks like the 1 year lockdown COVID thing that goes on in the UK. So a lot of big things happening, and I hope you guys have enjoyed, yeah, like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along with me and seeing how everything's progressed. And if you have, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, just to let me know that you guys are liking what I bring out, and also just to support me in what I do. So, a lot of stuff has happened in this 1 year, and I want to like show you some of the transitions that have gone on. So firstly, let's talk about one of the biggest changes that has happened other than tanks since I started, and that is my silver arowana. I got him when he was 4 inches long, and that was actually in May, not in March. I got my first one in March, but unfortunately he got beaten up by the albino gourami, who's kind of getting beaten up by the pacu, and didn't make it because then the pacu attacked it. It was a long story. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. So at the time, I'd already ordered the second arowana, which was this guy, and he came along. And as you can see, he's massive. He's almost 18 inches long, and this is just under a year. 4 inches to 18 inches, so, you know, the size that these guys grow at is phenomenal. Next up, I want to kind of talk about like the food. The size of the food has changed. So I went from having these teeny tiny little algae wafers to feed the pacus, which they couldn't eat in one go, to feeding them the large algae biscuits, and they can eat them in, you know, he can fit like 2 or 3 in his mouth like no problem nowadays. It's completely insane how fast these fish have grown. Same thing with the arowana. I was feeding him like this tiny little shrimp. I had to cut it up into bits and pieces so he could fit them in his mouth, and now I've moved on to larger king prawns, and he can eat them in one bite. Gone. So it's completely insane how much has changed in 1 year. We used to have the pool pond, we got rid of that. You know, we've done a couple of rescues here and there, we've got some new fish, we've lost a lot of fish through random errors and mistakes. We've lost 2 silver arowana during this week, and one I lost yesterday because I actually don't know how. I think it got beaten up by one of the fish in the aquarium I put it in, but the first one that I put into the 4-foot aquarium, it got sucked into the Fluval FX4 filter because the guard fell off. And then the second one, I don't know what happened because the first one was actually fine. He was in there for over a week and nothing had touched him. He was healing up and everything. So I was really surprised when I walked in after work and I saw the second one dead. I was very, very shocked because I only put him in yesterday as well. So I'm very disappointed in that. I have one more left. He's healing up. The reason why I moved the second one was because he was beating up the third one, and I wanted the third one to heal up. The third one no longer has a tail, so that has to regrow. So I've not had very good luck with arowanas. A lot of people don't, but a lot of people lose their arowanas to jumping out, which, touch wood, I've not had so far. I've had them get killed by other things, but I've not actually had them jump out. So bad luck, but at the same time, at least I'm not jumping out because I can make smarter choices when it comes to keeping my fish obviously, the least smart decision I've made is to keep aggressive fish with each other. And I'm probably going to have to change some of the fish in here. The one fish I've been contemplating, and now I'm definitely sure after seeing some stuff happen today, is the paku. I'm getting rid of the paku. The reason why is, usually on camera, the one that chases the paku is the albino gourami. But I've noticed a lot of the time the albino gourami has some red abrasions on its side. And I just thought it was because of chasing the paku and rubbing on the lava rock behind us. I found out, however, that it was actually the paku that was doing it. So, whilst I thought the anger and aggression that the albino gourami was showing towards the paku was unnecessary, I've actually figured out that it was very necessary, and they both have a standing issue. The only thing is that the paku is a problem, because he can definitely be more destructive when he retaliates, and he can also do more damage to other fish and the tank. That's the one thing I'm worried about, is him actually breaking the tank. These fish are known as tank busters, and the reason is because they can hit the glass so hard that it basically pops the seam or shatters the glass. More likely to pop the seam than anything else. And he's been banging into the glass, not often, but he does it every now and then, and I don't want to take that risk. I like my albino gourami much more than I like my paku, just because the albino gourami actually gets along with other fish, even though they're supposed to be very aggressive, whereas the paku is just too big, too bulky, and I've been thinking about it for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. What else has gone on? We've also got the pond. We built the pond during this time. You know, we've got some Asian arowana now, and this year was pretty much setting up everything. So it was the most expensive year, and it was also the year that I had to think the most about what I wanted out of this hobby, and I've kind of settled on what I want, and I've settled on where I'm going with this hobby. So we're not going to be doing so much spending loads of money. We've still got a few projects I would like to start on, but there are a couple of projects I think that everyone will enjoy, and this will kind of be like a turnover. So we will be getting new fish in, and we will having new fish out, and we'll basically dedicate one tank, sort of as a species spotlight tank. Okay, fair enough, I've told you guys what I want to do now. And that tank will be the tank that will probably, like, maybe once every 2 months we'll be changing out the fish in there, or maybe once every 3 months, but that will be the tank that will get the most variation. We're also going to try and do rescues and stuff like that. I would like to rescue a lot of fish. I mean, I have, and that video is going to come out after this one, because it's always nice to have a new home for fish, but it's also nice to see new fish as well. Like, there are a couple of fish that I've not kept. It's amazing to keep new fish. You know, this guy, I don't even know if you can see him. Massive, massive, massive fish. It's amazing. So, this year, like I've said, has been very interesting. The reason, okay, so let's quickly go on why I started this channel. So, I'd already planned to do most of this. I definitely was going to get this, at the very least, I was going to get this, because I'd already got the, I'd gotten the paku, I'd gotten the albino gourami, and I'd gotten the arowana, and I was like, well, they're going to need space. They're definitely going to need space. They're going to go really big. I mean, silver arowana can get up to 4 feet. Paku can get up to 3 feet. That's their maximum size. It's not like they're going to get that big, but you're going to have to accommodate them, assuming that they will be getting that big. So I was always going to get this tank, which is too small for them at their maximum size. But it's definitely going to do the job for another year. So, me starting this channel wasn't me starting this channel for the sake of myself. I started this channel because we went into lockdown, and it was kind of a fun way at the time. I was doing my year in industry, so I was working, but then after work I was bored. I didn't have any homework, I didn't have any coursework, so I was just sitting there like, I could do something. Loads of people are doing this, why not? You know, this is more for my family, more for my friends, and I've gotten loads of followers, feedback. I've made some really cool friends on YouTube, on Instagram, and stuff like that, just because I started this hobby, and it's made me realize that there is so much more to this hobby than just keeping fish. There's then going out and talking to other keepers, there's going out and learning more about filtration, sumps, things that I didn't think I was going to do. I'm very much considering for the future, because I'm so enthralled by the whole thing. There are definitely some low points in the hobby, you know, losing fish is definitely sucky, especially the silver arrow, especially when you keep nice fish. A lot of the fish I keep are not cheap. I mean, there are some cheaper fish, but there are a lot of expensive fish, and when you lose the expensive fish, it hurts you for 2 reasons. One, you usually have to save up for these fish, and it's a big hype around it, and when you lose it, it hurts, but it's not easy to replace them because it's a big decision to make, and, you know, you can't be dropping all your money, although a lot of people think I have already, and they're not wrong, on this hobby. You kind of have to be smart about how you... I'm saying all of this, and people are just going to be like, yeah, you say this, I know exactly what you've done. And they're not wrong. But, like I said, this year was the expensive year because it was the year I'd be setting everything up. Setting up a tank, setting up... Ooh, hello there. You're so gorgeous. Setting up the tank, setting up the filtration, the lighting, everything is expensive, and then, you know, stocking. Well, once you've kind of set everything up, okay, the majority of the expenses now comes in electricity, but hopefully we'll be getting solar panels, and that will help to reduce the cost. But after then, it's more just about watching your fish grow, and certain fish, you know, like Oscars, you can really get connected with them. Arowanas, you can feed by, you know, you can feed them by hand. There are so many cool things you can do. Certain large catfish like to be petted, and it's just watching your fish grow and develop. I guess, you know, I guess it's kind of like as a parent watching your child grow up, but like not as emotional, because I don't think parents would be happy me saying that watching my fish grow up is like me being a parent. I think they'd be very upset with that, so let's not go there. But yeah, there are so many things to come still, so it's not like all of this has been just for this year and it's gonna like plateau. No, there are still things to come. There are still gonna be a lot of things happening, because I enjoy doing this at the end of the day, and I hope you guys enjoy watching these videos. So the biggest thing, yeah, that I wanted to talk about was mostly this tank, because this is the tank that's my dream tank at the end of the day, and it started all the way from a 120 litre tank all the way up to a 700 litre tank. You know, everything in the 4-foot aquarium came after I started this, you know, good 4 or 5 months after I started this. So these are most of the fish that started with me when I started making these videos, hence why I have not focused on them so much today. But yeah, I can't wait to do more updates, more stuff on the pond now that the weather's going to be coming out nicely. I'm going to be doing the pond again. And then the turtles are going to get their own video. I've been... my friend... Oh, I say my friends. Yeah, I'd call them friends. Have been asking for an update on the turtles, so I'll give you guys that. That's going to be coming up soon. It's summertime as well. Well, when it gets warmer, I'll also be able to take them outside for a bit, let them bask. So I'm quite excited for all these things. And I hope you guys are too. This is kind of a long video. I've been rambling for a lot of it, but hey-ho. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And yes, it's been a whole year. I'm so glad that I've been able to do this for a year, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I keep on repeating myself, but getting through a whole year to 100 subscribers, it's a big thing for me, and I never thought I'd actually persevere this long, and I have, so yay! Yeah, this is almost like double the length of most of my videos, so thank you so much for watching. Please take care. I know things are starting to open up again, but we all need to make sure that we're safe and happy so that we can go back to living life as usual. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.